revealing the affair. Tom's intriguing choice to introduce Nick to Myrtle in The Great Gatsby.
Welcome to our literary journey through F. Scott Fitzgerald's iconic work, The Great Gatsby. Today we'll delve into a particularly intriguing aspect of the story.
Tom Buchanan's decision to introduce his cousin-in-law, Nick Carraway, to his mistress, Myrtle Wilson. This bold move may appear puzzling to modern readers, considering Nick is related to Tom's wife, Daisy. To gain a deeper understanding of Tom's motivations, we'll examine the societal backdrop of the Roaring Twenties, the status of women at the time, and relevant text elements from the novel.
Excerpt from Chapter 2. There is always a halt there of at least a minute, and it was because of this that I first met Tom Buchanan's mistress. The fact that he had one was insisted upon wherever he was known. His acquaintances resented the fact that he turned up in popular cafes with her and, leaving her at a table, sauntered about, chatting with whomsoever he knew. Though I was curious to see her, I had no desire to meet her, but I did. I went up to New York with Tom on the train one afternoon, and when we stopped by the ash heaps, he jumped to his feet and, taking hold of my elbow, literally forced me from the car. "We're getting off," he insisted. "I want you to meet my girl." I think he'd tanked up a good deal at luncheon, and his determination to have my company bordered on violence. The supercilious assumption was that on Sunday afternoon I had nothing better to do.
In this scene from Chapter 2, Tom introduces Nick to Myrtle during a train stop by the ash heaps. Tom's audacious behavior has several explanations. Tom openly flaunts Myrtle's existence, drawing resentment from acquaintances who witness him parading her around popular cafes. Involving Nick in his affair is a strategic move, asserting power over Nick and fostering an illusion of control in their relationship. As Fitzgerald writes, his acquaintances resented the fact that he turned up in popular cafes with her and, leaving her at a table, sauntered about chatting with whomsoever he knew. Tom's inebriated state likely contributes to his impulsiveness, prompting him to act recklessly by involving Nick in his extramarital affairs. Fitzgerald notes, "I think he'd tanked up a good deal at luncheon, and his determination to have my company bordered on violence." The societal context of the 1920s plays a significant role in Tom's actions. This era witnessed rapid social change, consumer culture, urbanization, and new entertainment forms, such as jazz music. As the story unfolds during Prohibition, it also highlights the rise of organized crime, speakeasies, and a decadent lifestyle. Class distinctions are crucial in the novel, with characters like Tom and Daisy representing old money and Gatsby the aspirations of new money. During the 1920s, women's status was in flux. Despite the 19th Amendment granting women the right to vote and many joining the workforce, traditional gender roles and expectations persisted. Tom's decision to introduce Nick to Myrtle underscores the hypocrisy and double standards in the treatment of men and women during this period. In Chapter 1, Daisy expresses her disillusionment with gender roles, saying, "I'm glad it's a girl. And I hope she'll be a fool. That's the best thing a girl can be in this world, a beautiful little fool." From the perspective of privileged old money, Tom's choice reflects his sense of entitlement, desire for power, and belief in his immunity from consequences. These attitudes are emblematic of the moral decline, shifting societal norms, and stark class distinctions that pervade Fitzgerald's masterpiece. The dynamics between the characters also influence Tom's decision. Daisy's awareness of Tom's infidelity and her decision to remain in the marriage for social standing and security embolden Tom. He asserts power and control, reveling in his ability to dominate others and showcase his virility. As Nick observes, as for Tom, the fact that he had some woman in New York was really less surprising than that he had been depressed by a book. Nick's non-judgmental nature and desire to understand the world of the Buchanans and Gatsby make him a suitable confidant for Tom. As Daisy's cousin, Nick may feel a sense of social obligation to comply with Tom's wishes to maintain harmony in family relationships. In Chapter 1, Nick describes his own approach, stating, "I'm inclined to reserve all judgments. A habit that has opened up many curious natures to me and also made me the victim of not a few veteran bores." Tom senses Nick's non-judgmental nature and his ability to listen without condemning, making Nick a fitting person to involve in his secret affair. As an outsider to the wealthy, extravagant world of the Buchanans and Gatsby, Nick is naturally curious about their lives and experiences. His desire to understand their world and motivations might have prompted him to accept Tom's invitation to meet Myrtle. At the beginning of the novel, Nick moves to New York to learn the bond business and seeks to find his place in the world. This search for identity and purpose may have led him to explore different social circles, making him more open to Tom's invitation.
In conclusion, the relationships between the characters in The Great Gatsby play a significant role in Tom's decision to introduce Nick to Myrtle Wilson. By examining the dynamics between characters and the societal norms of the Roaring Twenties, we gain a deeper understanding of the novel and the issues it addresses. Key passages provide insight into the characters' personalities, motivations, and the complexities of their relationships. Tom's choice to introduce Nick to Myrtle ultimately reveals his desire for power, control, and dominance, reflecting the moral decay and shifting societal norms characteristic of the Jazz Age. By exploring these aspects, we can further appreciate the intricacies and nuances of Fitzgerald's classic work.